What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Trench Grenade channel. I am your host, the average gun community drama enjoyer that your mom said that we have at home. Thanks for watching. Guys, today we're going to be discussing Orion Training Group posting that they're taping people's firing hand to the fire control unit. This is going to be kind of a interesting video, and at the end of this video I'm going to give you guys kind of what to expect for the future of the channel in the next 2 months or so, just for some expectation management. Guys, to keep it really simple, if you want to support the channel, consider checking out the Patreon. It's $5 a month. It gets you access to our Discord server where you can find buddies to train with, game with, stay up late and talk about all your favorite instructor kind of Instagram FUD nonsense like we're going to talk about today. So yeah, go over to the Patreon and check it out. If you want to further support the channel, check out Mystery Ranch. I'll post a link down below so you guys can go get a quality bag from Mystery Ranch for all your LARPing and everyday carry needs. Okay, so let's talk about what I saw today. And to be clear, Orion Training Group, it's not going to be like the other group that we keep talking about. I actually do enjoy Orion Training Group, a lot of their philosophy and a lot of their training. However, when I see something ridiculous, I think it's only fair and only healthy for us to discuss it out loud and open, okay? Now, to criticize another instructor, I'm going to give you my very brief resume in case for some reason this gets shared to them, or in case some of their fanboys come over here and try to attack me. I'm an active duty infantryman, airborne, and mech. I have been for the past 12 years. I have served in every position expected to me in the past 12 years, in every leadership position. And more importantly, I am a drill sergeant and now a drill sergeant leader. The last two alone, I have trained 1,380 people at least in the past 24 months, okay? And that number is probably higher, but I'm giving you a conservative amount based on an average class size for the past 2 years, and obviously I have another at least year of instructing to go, and I have 12 years before that, or 10 years before that, of non-commissioned officer time directly supervising and evaluating NCOs and enlisted and officers in the daily warrior tasks and battle drills that relate to daily infantry tasks, okay? In summary, for me, I'm just a dude that's done a lot of shooting and done a lot of training the past decade, a little bit over a decade, and I have a lot of experience to share with you, whether you believe it or not, and I think there's some valuable things we can talk about today. So, with those kind of metrics in mind, I'm gonna share something with you guys, and that is the minimum required amount of rounds that would be required. Actually, that's not even true. Okay, this is without zeroing. Okay, this is the minimum required number of rounds to get that amount of trainees through without any zeroing, without any of their LOMA ranges, without any of their confirmed zero, advanced marksmanship, or anything, okay? So 165,000 rounds, or 165,600 rounds to just get them qualified. That's without any of the train up. So you're looking at easily over 2 million, 3 million rounds, right? To get that amount of trainees through training, like easily. That's very conservative, right? Obviously, you guys will be like posting in the comments that there's a lot more that goes into training people. And then during that period of time, I have never seen an instructor tape a student's hand to the firing side grip. Now, Orion Training Group is posting this saying that their student, and I have my rifle here, okay, they're saying that their student, instead of using their non-firing hand to direct or to conduct whatever task that they needed to conduct, whether that be, searching a door, searching a person, rendering aid, indicating where to go, I need you there, whatever, and, whatever it may be in the urban environment that they were training in, and I say urban because they posted the picture, and then I'll post hopefully as a thumbnail, in a shoot house, right? So what he's saying is the reason why he taped that student's firing side grip to the handgun is because he was using his firing hand to direct traffic or give hand and arm signals, which is the wrong answer. However, like I said with my very brief resume, typically with a student, you'd be like, hey dude, hey trainee, hey sergeant, hey drill sergeant, How about we use our non-firing hand to communicate? Typically, it's one simple verbal warning, and they never ever do it again. You articulate, hey, well, the reason why is that if you had to engage the enemy and use your weapon, your hand needs to be on the fire control unit, or in this case, the pistol grip, right? On the fire control unit of the gun. That way you can manipulate that weapon and use that weapon if you were to have to actually use it, for whatever reason, right? If a threat presented itself. So I get it. I get where like the instructor frustration might come in if you tell them multiple times and they're not performing. However, like I told you with the past 2 years, that 1380, right? So we'll just say what 1400 trainees and drill sergeant candidates, right? 1400 in the past 2 years, lowballing. And keep in mind, they have to shoot CCO rifle. They have to shoot a CCO qual, a rifle qual, group and zero with both, shoot Loma ranges with both, and they have to conduct a week of tactical training, which is what they were showing in this picture. What I'm assuming is some sort of Battle Drill 6 or urban fighting, okay? And then they have to conduct another week of instruction on rifle marksmanship, warrior task and battle drills, tactics, right? They're out there doing the stuff, and they're conducting what's called weapons immersion. That means they have their rifle or carbine with them, for 6 out of the 9 weeks at least. In some cases, 7 out of the 9 weeks. Okay, so with all that being said, this comes down to a little bit of like Instagram BS, right? It comes down to a little bit of this hype and kind of like, I don't want to call it FUD lore, but it kind of is. It's kind of like, oh, they're always going to remember that this certain company tapes your hand to the fire control unit if you don't use your non-firing hand. Guys, this is not the message we want to be sending. The point of adult learning, okay, is to get your student, you give them the information up front through a discussion typically. Yes, you can use a lecture model, but a lecture model is not as effective as an adult learning model or ELM model, right? Basically where you can lead the student to understand why through scenarios and or instruction. So if you are not a good enough instructor to be able to articulate that, hey dude, do you want to keep your face? Okay, well maybe give the hand and arm signal for wedge or whatever scenario is going on, or direct traffic with your non-firing hand. That way you can utilize your firing hand to fight and do the things it's supposed to be doing rather than the things it's not. If you can't articulate that or get the point across to them, that's an instructor problem, not a student problem. And some people are going to get in the comments of this video and be like, I had a friend that just couldn't get it in a course, and they just couldn't get it. Let me tell you a story, and then I'll wrap this video up. And again, this is not me hating on Orion Training Group. This is just instructor. I'll putting on my instructor hat right now. And yes, I am an Army instructor. Badged and everything. And not trying to toot my own horn. I'm just trying to share my resume for those that don't know who I am. Okay, let me share a very brief story. Went to a shooting school, right? During the shooting school, the instructors were the Dutch Special Forces, okay? Dutch Special Forces took me and all my recon little, assistant team leaders and team leaders back when I was in the 173rd. Took us to a 2-week course, right? Of the first week was all shooting. The second week was all, breaching and doing urban clearing, right? Enter and clear a room, enter and clear a building, enter and clear a village, okay? It was a workup. First week's mostly shooting, in glass houses. Second week is going live in a shoot house, right? So you work from blank, simunition, live fire. Okay, now that I said all that, during this course, they utilized a 3-strike system. Strike 1, you do what I'm about to tell you. Strike 2, you do what I'm about to tell you. And strike 3, you're out of the course, okay? Now, the punishment that they had for either a dead man's gun, okay? For a dead man's gun, you did this. You cleared your weapon. Your battle buddy cleared their weapon. Firemen carried them to a steel gong. You hit the steel gong, however many strikes that you had. So if you only had 1 strike, you hit the steel gong 1 time. You did a couple air squats and you carried them back. It was public humiliation. It got the point across, right? At the time, it was like, okay, that got the point across to everybody that, you made a mistake, and to no one else on the firing line would make that same mistake. But during courses like this, there are so many, it's a buildup, right? And the thing that I did wrong was I forgot to load my Glock 17 prior to loading my carbine. So you always load your Glock 17 first, chamber, holster, bring your rifle into your workspace, bolt lock to the rear, mag in, bolt forward, pull the mag out, make sure the opposite round is there, and or do a chamber check with your thumb, like we've talked about before, hit your forward assist and close, right? Same thing every time. Obviously, I forgot to articulate that you pull down on the magazine because you can, but that was what they taught, and which is the right answer, right? Always load your handgun before your rifle. The dummy gong system, while it was effective in the short term, right? Going back, if I were to talk to those instructors, like, listen, there's such a tiered approach happening here that you're going to draw emphasis. Say trench grenade, had to carry a battle buddy over to the gong and had to hit the gong because he forgot to load his Glock prior to his carbine. So now he's got a dead man's handgun, a click, no bang, right? Yeah, that draws attention to that, but there's so many other echelons of training happening that you could detract from the course by drawing attention to something if you're at a much later phase of training, okay? So I say all that to say this. You have to understand the audience. If you're training adults, which we all are, anyone watching this video should be an adult, and we should all be adult learners. You have to set a tiered approach, be able to articulate yourself, as I'm trying to do right now, attempting, probably poorly, to do with your student. Hey, the reason why we grip high on the pistol grip and always keep our hand on the fire control unit is because we're ready to shoot. Okay, use your other hand to direct traffic. Articulating that in whatever manner. You can use it as a discussion, as like day one intro, right? Okay, basic things I want to see are good kit setup. These are, a streamlined front, handgun mags on the non-dominant side, blah, blah, blah. Give them like a very basic kit setup discussion and talk about expectations for optics, batteries, tie downs, whatever you got going on. Talk about that a little bit, and then that's when you could talk about, okay, I don't want to see any, I don't want to see your firing hand coming off the fire control unit. I only want to see non-firing hand coming off to do whatever things need to happen, right? Okay. So in summary, guys, I don't think there's ever a time or a place where an adult learner, okay, because that's what I've trained, adults, I don't think there's ever a time and a place where you should be taking 100-mile-an-hour tape, i.e. duct tape, wrapping somebody's hand on the fire control unit with duct tape, because what that creates is that does not create a positive training environment at all. Now you're just borderline, I don't want to say hazing, but you're borderline hazing this student to try to prove your point as an instructor. But what you're really proving as an instructor is you are not able to communicate the importance of this. If you can't communicate the importance of how to safely handle and manipulate their carbine and or rifle, that's another issue, right? Anyway, let me know what your guys' thoughts are. Let me know if you had any crazy experiences in a course. Again, this is not me hating on Orion Training Group at all. Right? I think they're pretty valid in a lot of the stuff they teach from what I've seen, right? I've never attended their course, so I can't speak 100% to everything they're teaching. But from the outside looking in, I've seen very valid things. So it was very shocking to me to see them posting a picture bragging about taping some dude's hand to his carbine. That is just wild to me. Anyway, thanks for being here, guys. Okay, moving forward. As of the time filming this, it is the day before cycle pickup. Okay, what that means is the next 9 to 10 weeks, I'm going to be still dropping videos as much as I can. However, you're going to have to bear with me a little bit. I'm going to be a little bit delayed. I have 5 videos that are already filmed and ready to drop for you guys. However, there will be delays between videos. So what I need your help in the comments of this video. If you want to see more Mustang car rants, right? If you want to see more car videos, just so you guys get that kind of engagement with me and you guys get whatever the latest, greatest, trends or training, good and bad training things that are coming out, or drama, right? If you guys just want faster updates, but a little bit less quality edits, right? Because Nighthawk won't have time to edit all the video because she works a full-time job too, and I'm not going to have time after a 16-hour day to sit here and go out to the range and do a video for you guys every day. So if you want to see more Mustang videos, just let me know in the comments. Yes, we want more Mustang, or no, we don't really want the Mustang. We'll just wait for the higher end quality stuff. Higher end, if you can call it that. The shooting footage, the more, fleshed out discussions. If you want more of that, then post down below in the comments, and I'll be sure to read those comments. Guys, make sure you go support Orion Training Group as well. Make sure you go over to their channel, support them. They have no idea who we are. I saw this, and I saw the bragging and this post about taping someone's hand to the pistol grip. That's insane. That's bad. That's bad advice. That's bad instructor habit. So don't do that anymore, or do whatever you're going to do. But if you guys want to know who I'm talking about, I'll try to remember to link them below. Orion Training Group. They basically specify in all the CQB things. Okay, so go over there and check them out. Thanks for being here, guys. I hope you guys are having a good week. And until next time, it's going to be Trench Grenade, your average, good carbine technique enjoyer that your mom said that we have at home, signing out. Cheers.